Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, beta. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Let everyone join. We'll start then. Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Okay. Good evening, children. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please put on the videos. Okay. Who's this? Pranav. Please don't put pictures like this. So scary pictures. Huh? Pranav. Yes, Pranav. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
Where
ma'am.
is Pranav?
Ma'am, I think he left.
Mhm. Ah, please don't put such scary ones. Okay, Pranav. Where is Pranav? Pranav. Yes, Pranav. Hello. Where is Pranav? Where is Pranav? Please don't put such scary ones. 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 Okay, so in our last class, we had started with the linear equations in two variables, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So we are talking about linear equations. सबसे पहले linear equation means where the degree of the equation is
Polynomial is only
1.
one.
Okay, the highest power of the variable is 1. And moreover, we have two variables in this. So linear, we call it linear equation in two variables. Okay, as you know from the name. Okay, so we had started with, we did the basics first. We learned about the degrees of a polynomial. Okay, 1 second, we'll start now. I'm sharing the screen. This is our last previous class work.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we were talking about some linear equation in which we had some dependent variable, we had some independent variable. Okay, as we keep putting the values of x, we keep getting the values for y. Okay, and and that's how you can even plot it on a graph paper also. And then we compared it with the standard form of equation. Okay, with the standard form of this equation. One second, 1 second.
Ma'am, do we need to take a graph for this exercise?
Yes, please make a graph. In the book exercise, we don't need to make. See, if you are just asking about the book, then in the book question, you don't need to make. Okay. But I'm not going with the book. Okay. I have taken the question from the book, but we are doing the plotting part also. Plotting on the graph. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, children. So this is something extra that we are doing from the book. In the book, it is not asked to plot it on a graph. Okay. But you plot it on a graph. That's a practice for you. That's some extra work. Okay. So let's do some more sums of this type. Do you all have graphs with you? Yes. How many have graphs with them? Yesterday also I had told you to keep your graphs with you.
Ma'am, actually, yesterday when you were explaining, I had an internet issue, so I didn't hear properly the explanation of plotting the graph. Can you explain again?
Okay, beta, I agree, but please, you must have these things with you, okay? Because when you do practice on that, that gives you accurate practice. You get accurate values. If you just do as I am doing here, because see, I have a plain sheet here of paper. Okay, so I'm showing on this. But for the accurate value, you need to do it on a graph paper only. And in your exam also, you get to do on a graph paper. If you just do it on the answer sheet, no, you won't get any marks. So it's better you practice on your graphs.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so please be with your graphs whenever we are doing this chapter. Some plotting. Okay, let's take another question. I've taken another question here. X equals to 4y. Okay, I've just taken it. I don't know from where I've taken this. Never mind. Okay, we have taken this linear equation in two variables. Now you have to find four solutions of this. Okay, now first of all, tell me one thing. First, you compare this with the standard equation. This is the standard equation, okay, of a linear equation in two variables. This is the standard equation. Compare it with this equation and tell me what is the value for A, what is B, and what is C here. Okay, this is x equals to 4y. So x equals to 4 by y can be written like this, x minus 4y equals to 0. Can we write it like this? Yes, no?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
can write. Okay, so here I can say the coefficient of x is 1. So a is 1. The coefficient of y is minus 4. So that means b is 4. I'm comparing with the standard equation. Okay. Okay. Then there is no constant term here. There is no c value here. That's no constant. So that means c is 0 here. Right? Okay. Now if I tell you to find 4 solutions of this equation. So how will you find that?
Ma'am, we can take x value.
Yes, so as we keep putting
Take x
values
as
for
an
x, we will get
independent
some
variable.
corresponding value for y. If I take my x to be 1 here, okay, then what do I get? I get my y as 4, is it? If I take my x as 1, I get my y as 4.
4.
Okay, if I take my x as 2 here, then I get my value for y as, if I take x2, then 4 divided by 2 will be what? 2. So that means y is 2. Are you getting? So if I take x to be 3, then I'll get 4 by 3. But I will not take that value because I want some integer value to plot it on a graph. Yes? So I'll look for some integer value. Now what else can I have here?
Take 4 or 8.
Hmm?
Ma'am, we can take -1 and -2 or 0.
Yes, we can take minus 0 we cannot take because if we take 0 in the denominator, it will become undefined. So that's again not possible to plot. Okay, so we can take -2. If I take x as -2, I will get y as -2. Okay, if I take this as -1, I will get y as -2. Okay, so these are the 4 values. So to plot a graph, actually, 2 points are required. Minimum 2 points are required. It's just we have taken 4, but it's to make any line, we just need 2 points because through 2 points, a line can pass through. Okay, so mainly 2 points are required, but until it is asked there to find 3 solutions, to find 4 solutions, so you must find it. Okay, but otherwise, if you want to plot and nothing as such is written, then 2 points are enough. Okay, so what are the solutions here for x, y? We write solution of the equation like this. So x, y is what? This is 1, 4. This is 1 point. Another point is 2, 2. Then we have -2, -2. Then we have -1, -2. So let's plot these points. Pranav is quietly listening. Pranav, aren't you writing? Huh? Please make a plot. Others also please do. Please find these values and plot them on your graph. Keep your notebooks updated, beta. Whatever work we are doing in the class, please keep noting in your notebook so that after the class, for your reference, you have this work to study. Okay, and it's not only the NCRT book. See, you can see here we are doing with the graphs also, but there is no graph in this chapter here. Okay, but we are doing just for our sake. We are learning more than that. Okay. So all things you won't find in the NCRT book, whatever we are discussing. It will be much more than that. So that's -1, -2, -3. Yesterday, I think I had given you some worksheet also on the WhatsApp.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I had given you the homework on WhatsApp. How many have done?
Ma'am, I have done it.
Who? Tell your name.
Ma'am, Sampath.
Sampath. Sampath has done. You could do all some Sampath.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Okay, and who else has done? What about the homework? Yes. What about
Ma'am,
others?
I have a few more questions left. I'll complete them today.
Okay, you'll complete it today. And Pranav, what about you?
Ma'am, I'm actually new, so do you upload homework like every day or every week?
See, where
How is it?
we try to do it every day. Okay. Whenever
Okay.
we every day means whenever we have class. We have class 4 days a week. Okay.
Okay.
So we try to do it every week. So either the homework is from the book exercise sometimes it's examples of the book, sometimes some outsource work. Okay. So it can be
Okay.
anything anywhere. So it's
So
always
will the homework be uploaded on the Wise website or
yeah,
on
it will be
WhatsApp?
it will if it is to be given on the Wise app, it will be written. See, after the class, you always get a message, work done message.
Yes.
So wherever is the homework, you'll get to read there. If it is on the Wise app, you'll get to see homework given on the Wise app under resource.
Okay.
Okay, if it is on WhatsApp, then you'll get to see it on the WhatsApp itself. If it is
Okay.
some general homework which is just given in the class, suppose I give you two questions here. I wrote the question here and I told you these two questions are for homework. So the homework is during the class itself. Okay.
Okay.
So it can be anywhere. So wherever it is, you will be informed.
Okay.
Okay. So keep attending the classes, you will be informed in the class only. And suppose if it is some exercise questions or some examples of your textbook, whichever book you are following. Okay, so it will be that. Right? Okay, so always go through the work done part, which is, work done message, which you get after the class on your WhatsApp group. Okay, so we were plotting this. Right. What about others? Jitendra, what about your homework?
Ma'am, I have 2 questions left.
Okay. Okay, Rayan, what about you? Rayan?
I didn't know about it, so I didn't do it. I'll do it today.
Okay. Harshit,
I'm done.
homework is done. Okay, good. Could you do all the sums?
Yeah.
Okay. Any difficulty in any of the question, you can ask. Okay, children, anyone. If you have any difficulty in any question, you can ask. Okay. Chalo. Yes, Rohit, you have raised your hand.
Ma'am, when I'm joining the dots, I'm getting a trapezium.
Okay, never mind. Whatever figure you get, that's not a problem. We just have to plot a
Mhm.
graph here. 1 second. So this is okay. 1 second. This is 1 and 4. 1 and 4 is here. This is 2 and 2 is here. This is -2 and -2 is here. Okay. So -1 and -4. Okay, -1 and -4 is here. Okay, these are the 4 points. So it's this, right? So we are getting some line like this. Okay, this is not a linear line. Okay, this is not a linear equation form. We are not getting any linear line. But normally we get for any linear equation we get a linear. 1 second. You know why we are not getting linear? What we have done here? We should have taken it this way. Okay. Yes. We could have taken it this way. Let's try with this way. So just plot the points. Just check with this way. If you take some y variable, if you take y as 1, so you get your x as 4 here. If you take your y as 2, so you get your, see, we are taking it like this way. So this is not the linear form way. This is not the linear form way. Okay, that's why we are not getting a linear equation. This is not a linear form way. So what do you do in this case? We have not taken the graph properly. It's like this. Suppose if we take the independent variable as y and we take the dependent variable x. So in x equals to 4y. We'll do it here. Leave this. X equals to 4y. So for any value of y, we will get some value for x. So if I take my y to be 1, my x will be 4. Okay, we'll just try with this. If I take y to be 2, I'll get my x to be 8. If I take my y as 0, my x will also be 0. Okay, if I take any negative value here, if I take as if I take y as minus of 1, so that means my x is also minus 4. So let's plot this. So this much you know, Pranav, about the coordinate axis. How do we take the coordinate axis? Which side is are the positive numbers? Which side are the negative numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this plane is called Cartesian plane. Okay, this is called Cartesian plane. The XY plane is called Cartesian plane. You have Cartesian plane. You have studied in previous chapter, coordinate geometry. Okay, so let's take the points. If x is 1, then my y is, sorry, when my y is 1, my x is 4 here. Okay, when y is 2, then the x is 8. So 8 will be somewhere far over here. Okay, somewhere say here. If x is, this is 0, 0 is here. If this is minus 1, minus 4, then y is minus 1 and this is minus 4. So here now see, you are getting a linear equation line. You join these, all the points, you will get a straight line like this. Is it? Yes, children? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you can see, in the above part, we had not taken this in a linear form. Okay, we took it here, but here we just wrote it like this. So this was wrong on our part. Okay, because यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, x का जो power हो गया, that became -1, no? X denominator में आ गया, so it became -1 powers.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so negative power तो होता ही नहीं है polynomial में. Okay, right? So we should have taken it in this form, right? Okay, so just omit this. This is
Yes, ma'am.
not required. So this is the actual way we should take in a linear equation form, like this. Okay, so here we are getting a straight line. Graph of linear equation is always a straight line graph. Okay, let's do some more questions on this. Okay, I'm taking another question, that is 3x plus 2 equals to 0. Now in this question it is asked to compare this with the standard form of the equation and give your values for x, y and a, b and c. This is the standard form of the equation. Give your values for a, b and c. So Pranav, can you tell the values for a, b and c? Compare this with the standard equation. Yes, Pranav, keep your video on.
Ma'am, A is 3, ma'am.
A is 3. Yes, very good.
B is 2.
Is there any variable with y? Can you see any variable with y here? Any term with y variable? No, no.
No, ma'am.
You cannot see any y variable. So here there is no b term. So b is 0. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is some constant term. Okay. So constant term is 2. See, x is the variable term. X के साथ जो भी है, that is a. Okay. The coefficient of x term is a. The coefficient of y term will be b. But here there is no y term. Okay. So that means y is 0. B is 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is the constant term. So that means C is 2. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there is another question. Let's do. So always remember the standard form of an equation. Okay. Okay. Next question is find two solutions for 4x plus 3y equals to 12 and plot it on a graph. Okay. Find 4 solutions of this equation and plot them on the graph. Yes, please do this. 4x is equal to 3y plus 12. Now I'll show you here. 4x plus 3y equals to 12. Others, please start doing. Pranav, it's your first class. You can see. Okay, as we have done in the previous question, also the same way you have to do. Now here, I'm taking some value for, I'll take the y coefficient this side. So what do you observe here? 12 minus 4x divided by 3. So this is you get your value for y. When I take 4x on the other side, it becomes minus. And then 3 is multiplying with y. So 3 gets divided on this side. So we get some value for x. Okay, this will give, if I put some value for x here, I will get something for y. Is it? Yes, you understood this much? Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see here, it's the equation given is like this. So when I want to find this variable y, I can take it for x also, but I will keep my x variable as independent variable. Independent means variable which can take its own value, which is not dependent on any other value. Okay. So it gives me 12 minus 4x. 4x goes this side, it becomes minus 4x. Now 3 is multiplying with y. I take 3 on the other side, it becomes divides. And so I get this. Right? Okay, now I make a plot of this. This is x here. I take some value for x. And for that value of x, I must get some value for y also. Right? Like this. So suppose if I take my value of x to be, say, something, if I'm taking 1, let's keep some good values which are easy to plot. Okay, we'll take those values which are easy for us to plot them on the graph. Instead of taking some fraction values, let's be, taking some integer values for x and y. So if I take my x value to be 1 here, so that means 12 minus 4 will be 8. It becomes 8 by 3. So 8 by 3, we cannot take it on the graph. Okay, we'll take some integer values. So suppose if I take this as 3, if I take x as 3 here, what will I get? 3 4 is 12. So 12 minus 12 is 0. Okay, so 0 by 3 will be 0. So when I have x equals to 3, I get my y equals to 0. Yes, 3 and 0 are easy to plot. Okay, similarly, I look for some similar value of this, where, I get some integer value, which is easy to plot. Okay, instead of going for some fraction values. So I'll take, think of some other value. What else you can take?
And 6.
6. Okay, if I take this as 6, this will be 24. So 12 minus 24 will be minus 12. Yes, that will give me minus 4. Okay, I take this as x as 6. So that is 12 minus 24. That is minus of 12. 3 4 is 12. So it is this. Okay, so we wanted 2 values. Okay, to plot a graph, we just need 2 values. 2 points मिलेंगे तो graph can be made. Okay, now let's plot them on the graph. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this side we have -1, -2, -3, and a larger value is -4. So we'll take it till -3. And x we have till 6 here. We'll take 5 and 6 also. And here this is 0. Here we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. -1, -2, -3. Okay. So let's take the first one is x coordinate is 3 and y coordinate is 0. That means this point is exactly on the x-axis, right? Okay, next is when x is 6, then y is -4. That means y is here down. Okay, so this is y is -4. When x is 6, y is here. So that means these are the 2 points. So we just join these 2 points. Here, my line is not coming straight. Okay, when we join these 2 points and extend it like this, we get a straight line. Okay, so this equation of this line is 3x plus 4y equals to 20. This is what you get on the graph. Okay? Yes? Yes, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hope you have understood this, everyone.
No, yes, ma'am. Understood.
Please. Okay, now I'm taking some questions from here. Here. From your exercise 4.2. Okay, from your, if you have the NCERT book, I'm taking some question from the 4.2 exercise. Let's see question number 1 here. Which one of the following options is true and why? Why it is true? Now, suppose the line equation is given y equals to 3x plus 5. This is some linear equation is given, right? Okay, so the linear equation means it will be a straight line graph. No, this is saying, okay. Which of the following is true? This equation has how many solutions it's asking? Okay. Yes. So how many solutions does a linear equation has? Yes, Rohit.
Ma'am, infinitely many solutions.
Yes, we have infinitely many. Why we say we have infinitely many solutions?
Ma'am,
Because
because when we take y and x directly and indirectly, we can take any value, so we'll get those many solutions.
yes. So whatever value we keep on taking values for x and we will keep on getting some values for y. Okay. So that means we can have any number of solutions as per our choice, is it? So that means we have for linear equation we can have infinite many solutions. Yes, children? Is that clear? Yes, others please say something. Harshit, Sampath, no answer from you. Have you understood this? Why do we say infinitely many solutions? Rayan,
Yes,
Harshit,
ma'am.
so why taking so long to answer?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay. So Pranav, what about you? Did you understand? Pranav is there? Okay, shouldn't pay attention. Okay, the next question is write 4 solutions for each of the following equations. So some equations are given 2x plus y equals to 7. So you must write 4 solutions of this. Can you find 4 solutions of this? Like this, like this, like this. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
No need of plotting it. It's not asked in the question that you have to plot. Just find the solutions. Okay. The second one is given pi x plus y equals to 9. So can you find 4 solutions for this? You take some value of x, get some value for y. So your y will be on in terms of pi only. So keep pi as pi only. Don't put value for pi
Ma'am,
only.
the
Pi
second
only.
one, pi, ma'am, the second one, pi, that one, can you explain how to solve?
See here, pi will be as simple only. See, for some value of x, suppose you have y here. So y will be 9 minus by x. Okay. So if you have your value of x to be 1, so what is your, if you put 1 here, what will you get your y? 9 minus pi. Yes. If you put your x2 here, what will you get your value for
Ma'am,
pi?
so we shouldn't replace 5 with 22 by 7 and 3.14.
No, 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 not required. Just keep it as it is. We are not asked to
Okay.
do that in the question. Okay. So just keep the value for pi as it is. Okay. So whatever value you take for x, you will get your values for pi.
Ma'am, we
Calculate.
can't make pi into 22 by 7.
Not required. Why do you want to go into those calculations?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's not asked here in this question. Okay, so even if you take minus 1 here, so that will give you minus 1 here, so this becomes 9 plus 5. Okay, 9 plus 5. So similarly, whatever value you take for x, you get your value for y. Okay, similarly, you have here for the third one is x equals to 4y. X equal to 4y, we just did, no? We did here. X equal to 4y, we have already done. Okay, we did the plot also of this. Okay, so the third one is x equals to 4y. Okay, then we have next question, third, and then we have to find the value of k also something. Okay. Check which of the following solutions are the which of the following are solution of the equation. Now the equation is given here, x minus 2y equals to 4. Now some solutions are given. In the first one, it is given 0, 2. Now what is 0, 2? This is x, y coordinate like this. So you just have to check whether this is a solution of this equation. So what will you do? In place of x, you will put the value of x. In place of y, you will put the value of y. This is 2y. This is 2y. Okay. So in place of x, you will put the value for x. In place of y, you will put the y coordinate here. Okay. So that means x here is 0, y here is 2. That means 2, like this 4. So what do we get here? Minus 4 equals to 4, which is not equal. Okay. So we can say that this is not a solution of this equation. Right? Then, if I take this, another one is given this. Is this a solution of this equation? Let's check. Okay, in place of x, I will write here in this equation. In place of x, I will write 4 here because this is x and this is y coordinate. In place of y, I will write 0 here. Now, is it equal to 4? Yes, it is. So, this is the solution. That means 4, 0 is the solution of this equation. Are you understanding? Okay. So, similarly, you have other parts also. Like suppose say fourth one, I'll do. This is root over 2. This is 4 root over 2. Okay. X coordinate is root over 2. Y coordinate is 4 root over 2. So same way you just put into this equation, the given equation, that is x minus 2y equals to 4. And you have to check whether this is the solution. That means it should be, the left side should be equal to the right side. So in place of x, I'm writing here root over 2 minus 2 into 4 root over 2, which is equal to 4. So let's check what do we get here, root over 2. This becomes 8 root over 2 is equal to 4. What I can see is this is not equal to 0. So this is 1 minus 8 is becoming minus 7 root over 2, which is not equal to 4. So this is not a solution. Okay. Yes, children. So this,
Yes, ma'am.
so this coordinate axis is not a solution of this equation. Okay, not a solution. Are you understanding? We'll do more sums on this. Okay, in the next class, we'll do more sums, some extra sums from outside the book also. Okay, now see this question, last one. Find the value of k. Here you have to find the value of k if x equals to 2 and y equals to 1 is a solution of the equation 2x plus 3y equals to k. Now it is saying that if this is a solution of this is a solution of this, then find the value of k. So x is given, y is given. So just put these x and y in this equation. So you get here x2 into x plus 3 into 1 in place of y, put the value of y, and this is your k. So what do you get? 4 plus 3 equals to 7. So that means your